Hello, Pokemon. Welcome to Mr. Who Views. And today we on Horizons, Quaffle, and Ticketon's Great Sleep Operation. And last episode, the Why Not showed up um, to the Royal Vault Hackers, want their help to go to this place where he thinks there's a Mega with Quasar, and yeah, shenanigans happen, and yeah, they did find out that why not sometimes solid trio, but yeah, it turns out didn't really see it with Quasar. But and we in this, Dot is worried since it doesn't seem like Quavel and Tinkertuff or Tinkerton are getting the most sleep. Like at first, it was those two, uh, Godango, that weren't sleeping well, but when Molly's escape, got some advice like do exercises and drink hot milk for bed. It seemed to work for Godango, but Knuckle Quavel or Tickatom. And yeah, the professor overhears the conversation while the Royal Tuckers are at this restaurant or something. And the professor's named Professor Nerali. I don't know if that's right. It's a professor from Up on Sleep. And he's fascinated by the Pokemon not be able to sleep, but they want to dawdle since the boat he has to go on to Greengrass Isle, we believe, and then he's doing some field work there. But don't ask for his help and said that they could fly him to Great Grass Isle. And he takes one on the offer, and so Doc put a security camera in her room, and now everybody's just watching was on it on her laptop. And Nerali notices that they're fizzing in their sleep, and Tinkaton is gripping to her hammer very tightly, so it probably means that she's scared. And oh yeah, spoilers, I mean, I've seen this. You forget them. And when he mentioned Tuna being scared, or asked if it have they experienced anything scary lately, Doc mentioned that they've been watching this trendy stream called Greetings from the Gap, where this person films ghost type Pokemon coming out of gaps. Yeah, that wasn't really that scared. They were the Godango, but Quaffle and Tinkaton were terrified. There was a Bayonet, then a Hunter coming out of gaps. Yeah, and the doctor didn't know because James was just like wasn't like it's a game or something. Yeah, and he is a bit disappointed. And yeah, there's a part where she does like say sorry to her Pokemon, but doesn't say it to her to her Pokemon's face. Ugh, don't know. Anyway, they make it to Greengrass Island. There's a lot of Pokemon there, and then they're just doing some field research on Snorlax, and you kind of like get Alt and then Navi do tell her to be quiet at different times. Yeah, and yeah, the professor and Noli thinking that if Quaquaval and Tinkaton are near, Snorlax might be able to sleep better since he has the Snorlax has this the drowsy energy sort of thing. I don't know what it is. Don't have to like use a yawn on them, but I guess I was like taking a sleeping tablet, but whatever. Yeah, now we just try to get Ditto to get away from Snorlax dead stomach, but uh, already that it's a safe place for Pokemon want to sleep, and the stabilize gods there as well. I guess on top as well. Yeah, I don't think it's a safe place for Pokemon to sleep. They got sucked in by the stomach, but yeah. And guess what? Just when the Pokemon were about to go to sleep, Snorlax stands up and Nerali says that Snorlax wants to sleep, also wants to eat. And yes, Dawn's was determined to get uh, her Pokemon go to sleep. That uh, Nerali suggests that they make absolute sleep butter curry for Snorlax because my fill him up and that. So with the island Pokemon's or Isle Pokemon's help, they're looking for the ingredients for the curry. I thought to know that Quaquaval and Tinkton are so tired, so I just had them wash the buckets to have the tomatoes in them. But unbeknownst to them, they're being spied by a bayonet and a hunter who steal the uh, buckets of tomatoes. And Doctor see them and captain get the one bucket back, but Doctor lets them keep the buckets, probably thinking that they can get more or something. But mm. later on, when they're about to make curry, two ghost types do show up, and yeah, Quaquaval and Tinkton are very scared. But as the bacon is going on, they seem to be getting along better with the ghosts. And yeah, there's a good scene where also about to eat the curry team with Dumbo, Nico, and Roy saying that they still need the most important part, the most important thing for the curry to be done, and that's their heart and soul. They like a heart shaped thing with their hand. Yeah, no, all this kind of against it, but Nico say that they need his heart, soul, and curry as well. And Doctor's convinced them that they might be scary, but they need to do it. Luckily, he does it. Stabilize does it well without any question. I don't know. And yeah, the curry seems to work, and in the morning they find some Pokemon sleeping and just saying the different sleep states and do same things when they find Ult and Navi sleep with their Pokemon, and yeah, and Neuralia is just really excited seeing the Cap doing the Pikachu sleep tail stand or the tail stand sleep. Mm. Even though the kids are telling him to shush, but whatever. But I'm guessing that the dust Pokemon got over their sleep problem. Probably didn't need to do the core, maybe just need them to face their fears and interact with Bayonet and Haunt, but yeah, whatever. I think this is decent. I don't really know that much about Pokemon Sleep. I kind of thought it was a dumb idea when I first saw the ad for it, but I think this is okay. And you kind of understand why Mulholland and Tinkerton are scared by Bana and Haunter. They're ghost types, and I just wonder why they didn't have like either Alt or Lico Cat's Bayonet. I think it could have been a good member of either that team, and maybe a Doc could have caught Haunter, but I guess you don't need to have someone catch a Pokemon in a lot of episodes or every episode, but I think they've could have been good and yeah. And yeah, they released the title for episode 148 and Ride on gonna be in it and gonna be a race. So I hope that's good. And yeah, I also heard the rumor about the Pokemon anime becoming a seasonal anime when the Horizon uh, ends. I think I'm two minds about it. Like, it could be good for the crew of the Pokemon anime to not just be like a week, like do this stuff weekly, aim order to give them breaks and probably do better storylines or have time to do more better storyline and do better animation. But it's been a weekly anime for years. I don't know if I can get a use or what. I have to wait and see, and hopefully, if it is true, it's good. And you know, I also heard a rumor that the new anime that's going to be based on the Gen 10 Pokemon Wind and Waves game that's going to be a prequel to the game. That might be interesting if this is true, but if it's not, I just, don't know what they're going to do. Would they just do another brand new anime or to do like a sequel to Pokemon Horizons, like when Digimon Adventures, the original Digimon Adventures, did a sequel, Adventures 02. Hmm. Uh, don't know. Anyway, next time, Liko enters a Pokemon contest, and yeah, the contest clothes he wears does look great. But he's having trouble because he ends up using a Masquerada by using a Skeletor and Quavel as well. And yeah, Navi is one helping her out. And I hear some people are thinking that by like either May, Dawn, or Serena might come back in it, but I doubt it. I think they're trying to stay away from any like important uh, characters in that are in Ash's Pokemon anime or Chelsea's Pokemon anime. Just try to focus on the new characters, but I don't know. Anyway, just remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and remember to share this video or any one of my videos that I've watched with whoever you want, and check out my community tab. Just go on my channel, press post, yeah, yeah. Or go on the recommend section on YouTube. I'll find it. I just inform people and when my videos are up, whether they're subscribed to me or not. And also put some polls basically and vote in. Whether or not, yes, okay. Yeah, that's it. I'm Stu. See you guys later.